Okay, so October was a hectic month. First there was the new Pixel 8 series, S23 FE, OnePlus Open, nice name. And second was the season of sales. Amazon and Flipkart had their annual sales. iPhone 13 and S21 FE were the hot items. And generally, November and December are silent months in India. There aren't many tech launches. But, if you want to buy a smartphone right now, hit the brakes, hold on, because as per the leaks and rumors, November and December globally will be lit. Brands like Xiaomi, iQOO, Realme, Redmi are all lined up. Plus, we have this unreleased phone here. Phone on steroids. Also, we'll have all new iMac, like, I'm so excited for this. Let's go. Okay, so first up, let's begin with the fan favorite series, the Redmi Note 13. Now, in case you don't know, the Redmi Note series brought a lot of new things to the budget and mid-range category, like glass back, 120Hz AMOLED, OIS. And this time, it's no different. It's mostly focused on giving maximum performance. Now, the Redmi Note 13 series has already launched in China, so expect the India release to happen pretty soon. Maybe the first week to second week of November. And as always, there will be 3 phones in this series, Redmi Note 13, Note 13 Pro, and Note 13 Pro Plus. Now, the Pro and Pro Plus variant will come with a 200 megapixel main camera, while the Note 13 will have a 100 megapixel main camera. Also, the processors will be different for all the 3 phones. The base Note 13 will have Dimensity 6080 processor. The Note 13 Pro will come with Snapdragon 7 Gen 2, and the Note 13 Pro Plus will have Dimensity 7200. Now, the biggest concern with the Redmi Note series is the update situation, because last year's variant gave 2 years of Android update, but it launched with the older Android 12 out of the box. This time, all the phones will come with Android 13, but what's more interesting is all the phones will be updated to Xiaomi's new HyperOS down the line. It will be interesting to see how this turns out. Now, in terms of pricing, there's nothing confirmed yet, but I'm just speculating it should be similar to last year. So you can expect the Note 13 to be around 20,000, Note 13 Pro to be around 25,000. The Note 13 Pro Plus should be around 30,000 rupees. I wonder if they cross the 30,000 mark, will it be like a budget or a mid-range series? Now, if leaks and rumors are to be believed, there could be 2 phones launching next month with the all-new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. We'll get to the phones in just a moment, but first let's talk a little bit about the processor. So the 8 Gen 3 will have a 3 nanometer fabrication. For those of you who don't know, in simple terms, it means it will be more faster, battery efficient and cooler. But how much faster? Well, as per this report, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 scored around 1.8 million on AnTuTu. That's like the highest score I have ever seen. So the question that has to be asked is, like, finally, after so many years, will an Android processor be able to beat Apple's Bionic? Well, we shall find that out soon. Now, there are 2 phones set to launch with the all-new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. First would be the new Xiaomi 14. Xiaomi is set to reveal details regarding this phone on October 26, so expect the launch to happen in like first week of November. Now, we are speculating, though not much is known about the specs yet, but like I said, Xiaomi 14 series could be the first phone to come with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. Other than these, the 14 Pro will be a camera-centric phone with Leica camera lens, 50 megapixel main camera, 50 megapixel ultra-wide, 50 megapixel telephoto, all that good stuff. Another speculation regarding both the phones is the software. Now, one confirmed thing about the Xiaomi 14 series is Xiaomi would debut their all-new HyperOS with the Xiaomi 14 series. Now, in case you don't know, Xiaomi phones come with MIUI, and the new HyperOS is built from ground up and should perform better than the previous MIUI. We'll just have to wait and see if the HyperOS lives up to the hype or if it comes to India. Besides this, you will obviously get flagship specs on the Xiaomi 14 series, OLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, super fast charging and all of that. Regarding the price, well, both of these are flagship phones, so they will be expensive. Expect it to start around 80,000 rupees. And the next phone with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is iQOO 12. Now, the iQOO 12 series is going to be a gaming focused phone. The tentative release date for iQOO 12 is around 7th of November. Now, talking about the specs, obviously, you will have the latest and the greatest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and rumor has it, it would come with a 2K AMOLED display which can go all the way up to 3000 nits of peak brightness. Now that is super bright, that's like retina blinding brightness. Other than this, there could also be a 50 megapixel main camera, 120 watts fast charging, up to 24 GB RAM. Finally, we can open 10 tabs in Chrome. Other than this, iQOO 12 will also have an overall design change, and as per this article, the design looks pretty lit, right? Like iQOO hasn't changed the design since iQOO 7, so that is something refreshing. Now, the main concern with iQOO phones is the software experience. Like if you remember, the iQOO 11 from last year had quite a few bloatwares and also ads in the software. I just hope iQOO addresses all of this. As for the price, we are guessing the iQOO 12 could be somewhere around 65 to 75,000 rupees. Next up, we have Vivo, and they could launch the all-new X100 series. Now, as per leaks and rumors, the series could launch somewhere in the middle of November or first week of December, and there are going to be two phones in this series, the X100 and the X100 Pro. Now, as per leaks and rumors, the X100 series will launch in China first, somewhere in the middle of November or the first week of December, and then finally come to India. Now, regarding the specs, well, these probably will come with the all-new Dimensity 9300 processor, plus you will obviously get an OLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, and all of that cool stuff. But the X100 will probably have a 64 megapixel telephoto camera, while the X100 Pro will have a 200 megapixel telephoto camera with variable aperture. Like, what? Other than that, the Pro model would pack in a massive 5400 mAh batteries. And as for the price, there's nothing clear yet, but expect it to be somewhere around the X90 series. The X100 Pro could be around 85-90,000, whereas the X100 would be around 65,000 rupees. Moving on, we have rumored launches from Apple, especially the new iMac lineup. Now, this is not confirmed yet, but Apple could launch new 24-inch iMac sometime in November. This will be a silent launch, and if this happens, the iMac will finally be upgraded to the M2. Now, if you remember, the iMac is the only Apple product that is still on M1, and rest of the specs will probably be similar to the present iMacs. The base model will have a 8GB RAM, 256GB storage, along with a 24-inch 5K Retina display, and iMacs are probably the best all-in-one computers out there, so it will be nice to finally have them upgraded to M2. Plus, Apple, where is the 27-inch iMac? Where is it? And as per the price, of course, it's going to be a bit on the premium side. You can expect the iMac to start from somewhere around 1.4 to 1.5 lakh rupees. Finally, we have the Realme GT5 Pro, and this is a phone on steroids. Now, this phone has already released in China, so even we have the Chinese variant. So expect the Indian launch to happen somewhere around the first to second week of November. And as for the specs, this is all flagship level stuff. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, 144Hz OLED screen, 50 megapixel main camera. And also there is this cool LED at the back, which is RGB. But the biggest thing about this phone is the charging. So this has a 240 watts fast charger. Charger is of course included in the box. So basically it can go 100% in less than 10 minutes. That's insane. Like, I don't know who has such less time in the world, but yeah, fast charging. Now, there is no confirmation on the price as of yet, but usually the GT series launches around 50,000 rupees, so we can expect the price to be around that. So yeah, that was the list. November is going to be an expensive month. Like, most of the phones here are of flagship nature. I'm super excited to see how the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 turns out. Lots of comparisons to do. So let us know which phone are you looking forward to. Until then, this is Rathee signing off. I'll see you in the next one. Pew, pew, pew.